Hi everyone, how's everybody doing today? It's Angie. Coming on to do day 23 of my 31 days of Christmas journal makes. Today we're going to make this pretty little full page design here. It's got 3 little pocket tucks here and a nice little layout. I thought we got 1 tag spot there. We've got a second tag spot here and a 3rd tag spot right there. So basically we're just layering the pockets on top of each other. So I thought that was really pretty. So I thought we would try and make one and get one completed together. Okay, so let's get started. For the project today, I chose to use this pretty red truck Christmas paper here. So we just need to cut down to the size that we need. And this project is 5 1/4 by almost 8 1/4. So we just need to cut that down. That will fit our standard journal size. So 5 1/4. If I can get that straight. By 8 1/4. We'll just round it to 8 1/4. Okay, so that's our base. Get that out of the way. And then I had, what got me to thinking about this is I had some scraps of deli paper. You know, the pretty crinkly paper that we love using. I had some scraps of this that I wanted to utilize. And then I had some pretty papers as well. But they were kind of like, let me show you. And I preset my pockets. I had like the shiny paper that just kind of is very beautiful to work with, but it just depends on your preference and your style and your taste. But sometimes it can just be really glaring, and I don't even know how glaring that is on the video right now. But I thought, what can I do to kind of tone that down? So then it got me to thinking about something like that. You still got the pretty boldness of the red. You still got the crinkling feel of the deli paper. Putting the two together, and you've got something like that. So that's what kind of got my ball rolling on this idea. So I decided on the size pockets that I wanted to use. I have a larger pocket and then a smaller pocket. And these pocket sizes are about 3 3/4 in width by 5 7/8 in length. And then this one is width, and I've turned it sideways, so 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So basically the size of the pockets is totally up to you. I kind of just used scraps and the scraps of deli paper that I had, excuse me, and I just made my pocket to fit that. See, because that was that size. So I was like, oh, that's about a good size. And I just folded. I didn't even measure when I made these particular ones. Okay, so that's why they're a little bit off by like 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. They're not perfect measurements. Okay, we'll put this off to the side. So I chose a couple papers. I thought that would look really pretty with one. And then I was like, well, I don't want to have too much green. So I chose this one as the other one. And then again, with that being muted underneath the deli paper, I thought that would look really pretty. Okay, so I went ahead and cut and sized my pockets for those 2 papers. Okay, and here they are right here. And I went ahead and sewed around both of them. Okay, if you don't want to use the deli paper, if you just want to do your Christmas designer series papers, that's fine too. Or use book page, whatever you want to do. But this is just my choice for this particular layout. Okay, so then I went ahead and went all the way around the cardstock because I just like the feel and the crunchiness, and I thought it would give it a nice little smoother top piece for when the tag is going in and out as well. That was just what I thought. So I covered the complete front and back of my pocket and sewed around with just a regular straight stitch. Then this one I did the same way, except I gave myself a thumb pull. So I sewed around this edge, then I folded it over, and then I sewed all the way around. So that will lay down something like that. Okay, now before we do that, we got to do a little decorating. On this one, I did some stamping with some black ink, and then I just lightly went over it with my glossy accents because I wanted it to give it a little bit of a shine, and hopefully that's picking it up. You can see it well as I'm looking at it, but I don't know how well the camera's picking up. I hope you can see that. And it puts a nice little extra added texture to the page. And then here I stamped a small little snowman. But I think because, you know, the shininess feel of the waxiness feel of deli paper, and with my fingers it's kind of rubbed off some. You can still see it, but it's very faint. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I thought of something different to do with this one. We'll give it a try and see how that works. So before we glue those down, I thought we would decorate our tops of our pockets, and I still like that Happy Holidays, so I'm still going to do that. And what I did with that is I have my Happy Holidays stamp, okay, and I just stamped one word, stamped it, or inked one word, should I say, stamped it, inked the other word, and stamped it so I can get it across this way. Okay, now for this one, we can leave it as one whole piece. Oops. So go ahead and do that. And we'll just kind of eyeball it up here in the left-hand corner a bit. Give it a good press. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm not going to do the stamp on the snowman this time because, like I said, it didn't take too well. And also I have some snowman little embellishment ephemera pieces, so I thought we'd just stick a snowman down. And I realized I haven't worked with any snowman yet in my 31 days of Christmas journal crafts. We're already on day 23, and I don't think I've worked with snowman yet. And I love snowman. I absolutely love them. I think I like the snowman, Frosty the Snowman type thing, even more than I do Santa. Okay, so what I did with that to do this one across is I just used a piece of Scotch tape and I just covered up the word holidays. And maybe you guys do something similar. I don't know, but this is just the way I do it. Okay, so I just kind of took a few pieces of tape, blocked out the bottom word. Okay, and this, most of the time this works for me. It can get a little messy if you're not careful, but okay, so I want this Happy Holidays to run across this side here. So then I ink up happy really well. Okay, now you see I have ink on my tape, so then I pull that off, and just in case I still have some residual ink on the bottom word again from previous usages, I just recover it with some fresh tape. And hopefully my tape, and I got to do this part quickly because you don't want the part that you got inked up to dry out on you. So you got to kind of move a little bit quickly on this, and then just kind of eyeball it and stamp it down. And there we go. So then we're going to do the same thing with the holidays. We're going to cover up the word happy. And I'm just going to get a couple little pieces to go over those little tips on the H. P. Okay, and then we do the same thing. Ink up the word holidays. Remove my tape. And on this part, move a little bit more swiftly. Cover up the word happy again. Okay, and put down holidays. Try to eyeball it right where you want it. Give it a good press. And there we go. Not too bad. Alrighty. Remove that. Now, what I thought we would do, bring in a little extra level of prettiness, because when I did my glossy accents, I still want to do that. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I'm just going to trace over the words with my glue tip and put a fine stream of glue along the words, okay? And then I thought we would go over it with some silver glitter. I think that'll be really pretty. Hopefully it'll turn out. Glossy accents does dry rather quickly, so what I'm going to do, and I realize it's going to be a little bit messy, is I'm going to do each word separately. Let me grab a piece of paper, and this is just crystal glitter. So we just do a little shimmer. And I won't be able to brush that off until the glue dries, but you can see how pretty that's going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to move this over, and we're going to do the word holidays the exact same way. Okay. And I don't think we need it on both. We don't have to do the glitter on both of the pockets. I think just on one will be enough. Okay. Put some glitter on there. And yes, we all know glitter is messy, but we love it. There we go. How pretty is that? Okay, now we're going to have to let that dry. So we're going to have to be really careful with that. Why I chose to break out the glitter, I don't know, but I just thought it would be nice. Okay, so we're working on the other pocket. That'll have a little bit of time to dry, not much, but then tap it in the trash just a tad. All right, we'll set that off to dry. Now we'll go ahead and just do this one with the glossy accents only. And that'll just give it a little glassy look. And my tip dried just that fast, of course. Oh. Tell you need pokey tools for craft projects. And for those that don't know, I do sell them in my decorated poke tools in my Etsy shop, if you want to take a look at those. Okay. Okay, once that dries, that'll be very pretty. Okay. All right, so let's move this paper and bring our base piece back in. Just trying to tap some of that glitter over the trash a little. Now we can see that a little bit better. Okay. So that's going to be our top pocket. This is going to be our lower pocket. Now if you want to, you can bring that down. I mean, positioning the tags pockets are completely up to you. If you want to have them overlap a little bit more. But I just chose to position them right about there. And another idea what I had in mind is on this one, have this one stick out a little bit further so it sticks out from the page a little bit, and maybe put yourself a little jingle bell or a little dangle, a little beaded dangle to hang over the edge of the page. That would be really cute as well. Okay, again, just an idea, but totally up to you. Okay, so now we're ready to put these down. Bring my glue back in, and all we got to do is decorate, and we're good to go. So the pocket, the tag's going to go in the top, so I'm not going to glue the top. And use a good wet glue, because we've got to go over the stitches. That is if you choose to stitch. But you want to make sure it sticks down. And we're also dealing with deli paper, keep in mind. Like I said, it does have like a waxy finish. So you want to use a good adhesive to make sure that this is going to stick down well. Okay. Get you a nice bead of glue running down the sides, the 3 ends, and put that down. And again, I did not measure, so we'll just kind of eyeball right about there, and I went to about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and down she goes. And again, I want to be careful where I have the glitter. That is not dry yet. Try and give it a little press on the edge so that glue will catch without messing up my glitter. Okay, I think that's caught. All right, now we're ready to put this one down. Now we're not going to do this side. Or no, we are going to do this side because I made the pocket to a tag to go in here, and then the top pocket will slide down this portion here. So we will glue all 4 ends on here, and we want to make sure we get right up to the edge on this side, so when the pocket will go in freely and it will not snag at all. Okay, so make sure we get that laid down well and smoothly. Okay, and then I did about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, excuse my head, and down she goes. Now on this one I did ink around, and I forgot to on the pockets just now, but I think the deli paper is enough. We can still ink around the outer edge of our project and around our tags and such, but inking is totally an option for you. Okay, now we put a Santa on this one, and I do have, a snowman, and I thought I have these, but they're kind of thick. So, and I have these, which are adorable. Now that I look at it, they're kind of big for this small pocket. That one might work, but it's got that green. I don't know if I want to use that. And oh, also I did bring these cute little pieces here, but maybe we can use one or some of these. I've got some Christmas trees, I've got some word elements, I've got reindeers and snowflakes. So let's take a look at those. Let's see if any of these will look well. Maybe just put that right there. And this says warm winter wishes. Actually, that might look good right You know, that kind of gets lost, doesn't it? It stands out better on the background there. Maybe there. What do you think about that? Just something like that. Or do we want to put the other one as well? That's cute, huh? We're gonna go with that. Okay. So like I said, decorating preferences is completely up to you. And the reindeer are another one of my favorites as well. I don't know, I don't tend to go for the traditional Christmas pieces like the Santas. I mean, I like Santa, don't get me wrong. But if I had a choice, I would go for, you know, a snowman or a reindeer. Something like that. I don't know why. And I like to do the non-traditional colors a lot of times. Like yesterday's project was the pink, and I like the blue and purples, and just, you know, I don't know, I guess just for something different. Okay, bring that down. Right about there. And there we go. Now if you want, you can round your corners. I think I'm going to leave mine as is. Close that glue up there. Okay, now we need to ink up our edges. So I need a piece of scrap paper here. I just had this one from the last project. I just grabbed it out of the garbage. Right there. And we're going to use this and go around these edges and ink it up. And I went with a real deep. I went with real deep vintage photo on this one. As you can see, it's pretty dark. But the level of color, again, up to you. But we all like that vintage look. And I think this definitely delivers. And it looks really nice with that old red truck. Really nice. And I'm just kind of going kind of slow because I get going too fast. Sometimes the paper will crinkle up on you and you'll get a bend in your paper. So that's the only reason I'm going a little bit slower. So I don't do that. And there we go. How about that, guys? What do you think? That's still not dry. Okay, then all we need is do our tags. And we've got about 3.5 inches for that one. And 2.5 for that one. No sense in wasting that. We can cut that, oops, cut this one down and use that. So I'll cut that one right there. And that one will fit. Let's see. Set that down right on top. So that'll give me a 4-inch tag for the smaller pocket. And if I use this scrap piece here that I used as the underlining piece, that will be about 3 1/8 because I have to trim the edge off just a tad. Move these little bits and pieces out of the way. Okay, move those. All right. So we just need to make our tag shape, however you choose to do that. And just undo a couple snips. And in we go for one tag. About there, I guess. Hold it correctly so I can cut it. Okay, there we go. And then once we put our, we decorate that, it won't be as shiny. So I think so it doesn't go to waste. There is the other one. Okay, then we need one for this one here. You know what? I glued that down. Shame on me, guys. And I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage it. Instead of 3 pockets, we may just have 2. And I need to re-glue that down. Sometimes. And I think having this deli paper is going to be helpful because I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's see. Work with it really carefully. Might be able to open it back up. And how about that? It worked. Okay, so we got back to our 3 pockets now. And I didn't glue this one down. Okay, now we need a 3rd pocket. And what paper are we going to use? It's got to be a pretty low pocket because I put that wooden piece there, so it can't sit as high up as this one does. So you can see I didn't put anything there to block it coming in and out, obstruct the in and out process. So let's see which paper we want to use. I've grabbed a few here. I guess it doesn't really matter. What was that size again? A little less than 3.5, maybe 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. And then let's see how tall I want it. And maybe to just about there underneath the reindeer's legs. So that will give me a tag journaling spot. Oh, 3 inches, so that's not bad. 3 1/4 by 3 inches. That's still good size. And we can still give it some little corners, even though it's not the traditional size of a tag. We can still do what we want, or we could just put it as a straight journaling card around the edges and do it as a journaling card. Doesn't matter. Very cute. Look at that. Okay, let me move those out of the way. Okay, we need to get those inked up. Now this one, since I put that reindeer there, I would say no tag topper, just leave it as is. You can see that something's in there, and pull it open, pull it out. Okay. But I think that's very cute. We just need to ink it up. And we are done. So I hope you guys liked the project today, guys. Didn't get around to decorating the tags, but the tag isn't the project for today. The project is the full page layout. Okay. So there we go. We got the layout done. And you know I like these full page layouts. Okay. Put a little ink on this one. And I'm not going to put ink on the red one just because of that shiny glossy top. Probably won't take too well as it is. Okay. Just put your top on this one and this one I just used a ribbon, and then these ones I just made my own little tag toppers. But how you choose to do it, completely, again, up to you. Okay, guys, that's it. So 5 1/4 by 8 1/4 full page layout with 3 spots for tags or tuck spots, whatever you want to call them. And great piece to go in a journal. So I hope you liked the layout today. Hope you liked the project. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.